Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video, where we will be discussing a topic that has been making headlines recently: the possibility of a military conflict between China and Taiwan. This conflict has significant implications, not just for the region but for the global economy as well. So let's delve deeper into this. Picture this: it's the year 2027 and China decides to attack Taiwan. This would likely begin with cyber attacks to disorient Taiwan's defense, followed by prolonged bombardment of the island, and finally Chinese troops landing on Taiwan soil. Or the second scenario involves a blockade of Taiwan by China's formidable navy. By cutting Taiwan off from its trade routes and imports of arms and other essential goods, China would hope to force Taiwan into surrender. Why specifically these two scenarios are important is because China, in its latest military drill named Joint Sword, has practiced deploying these tactics in the battlefield against Taiwan. Now you may wonder if such a conflict is likely to occur at all. For that, we have to look into the history of China and Taiwan. From the 1930s onwards, the Chinese Civil War was underway in mainland China between Republic of China government and Chinese Communist Party. When the Communist Party gained complete control of mainland China in 1949, 2 million refugees, predominantly from the nationalist government, military and business community, fled to Taiwan. Taiwan has been governed independently of China since 1949, but China views the island as part of its territory. China has vowed to eventually unify Taiwan with the mainland using military force if necessary. While analysts argue that China lacks the political will and military capability to take Taiwan, senior US military commanders have voiced fears of an impending conflict. Admiral Phil Davidson warned that China would try to attack Taiwan in 2027. More recently, US Air Force General Mike Minihan sent alarm bells ringing by stating that a crisis over Taiwan could erupt within the next 2 years. One might wonder if a conflict between China and Taiwan can start the Third World War. Well, it certainly can. Let's look at the likely players of the conflict. Besides China and Taiwan, the US would almost certainly participate. Despite its policy of strategic ambiguity, observers believe Washington would have to defend Taiwan. Once US get involved, Russia will definitely enter the arena. Senior figures in Japan have indicated that their country will have to get involved to check Chinese designs. South Korea, a former US treaty ally, might also participate. There you have it, all the ingredients of the World War. Now let's look at the economic costs involved. The economic impact of such a conflict would be immense. Any military action by China to take Taiwan would have profound consequences for the global economy. The Rhodium Group, an economic consultancy, indicated that a Chinese blockade of Taiwan would cost the global economy upwards of $2 trillion. Taiwan is the world's 16th largest trading economy, which manufactures more than 90% of the world's most advanced semiconductors. Semiconductors are key components of electronic items. They are used in everything from mobile phones to airplanes. Now imagine the chaos in the world if the supply of more than 90% of the world's most advanced semiconductors gets disrupted. Then there is the economic cost of sanctions on China by the West. This also doesn't include the cost of a full-scale invasion by China. If you are in India, you may be wondering how India would be affected by such a conflict. The conflict over Ukraine, which is a country with far less systemic importance to the global economy than Taiwan, has been a severe shock. Global growth rates have fallen, energy prices have risen, and the World Bank has warned of a lost decade for growth. All of these have implications for India's ambitions for economic growth, energy transition, and poverty reduction. A Chinese invasion of Taiwan, followed by a US and Japanese response, could be much worse for the Indian economy. In conclusion, the possibility of a military conflict between China and Taiwan is a topic of great concern, not just for the region, but for the global economy as well. It is essential for us to understand the potential consequences of such a conflict and hope that diplomatic efforts can prevent it from happening. Thanks for watching, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more such interesting content.